Hello homeowners, Brian Schwatka here, creator of the Or Go Homeowner class, and I'm here today with Judy Jackson. She's the Sales and Marketing Director at Sunnyview. Sunnyview is a continuing care retirement community located here in Cupertino, California. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask Judy some questions, look around, and really get to know Sunnyview. So thanks for having us today.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Great. So just to let you know, Judy was one of the first people I met when I got into real estate in 2004. She kind of took me under her wing, kind of gave me the right guidance as far as working with seniors go, so I really appreciate that. But I'll tell you, being an ex-realtor yourself, I would think that would give you a real good perspective or be able to help your prospective clients in a way that you know what they're going through.
Sure. Anytime, if you're in real estate or you're looking for a community for long-term care, which Sunnyview is a long-term care community, you have to listen to the individual. Right. You have to find out what their wants are, what their needs are, especially even if it's a home, if they're going to be moving or if they're going to be purchasing.
Sure.
And listening is really the best component.
Exactly. So being a continuing care retirement community, or a CCRC,
yes.
There's lots of different communities or different types of communities out there. What makes a CCRC so special, and what's the differences between those communities?
Sure. There are the two factors that really make it stand out is that they're all levels of care on a piece of property with a CCRC designation.
Right.
They have independent living, assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing.
Okay.
So you don't have to leave the property when one of your spouses or your friends goes to a skilled nursing. It's on the property.
Right.
The other component, and a very important factor, is usually continuing cares are nonprofit and they're of philanthropic base, religious base, and they usually have a spiritual component and a mission. And that's very important when you're looking for a continuing care.
Nice. Okay. So I know that this community has been around for a long time, and there's a story behind it. Tell us a little bit about Sunnyview, how it became to be.
Well, in the Santa Clara Valley, every piece of property around here was either an apricot orchard or a cherry orchard.
Okay.
And this was 12 acres of apricots, and 50 pastors purchased this for their Lutheran church.
50
pastors got together and pooled their money to purchase this property.
Neat.
And it became Sunnyview Lutheran Home. And this was built in 1964 with the mission to take care of all their Lutheran congregation if they ever needed help financially or spiritually, or if they were either a spouse or a widow.
Okay. And so the property has grown in size, I'm sure, and you've upgraded since then and whatnot. So as far as Sunnyview, the corporation or the company that owns Sunnyview today,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about that company.
Well, Sunnyview has always been Sunnyview Lutheran Home since 2000. And then in 2000, we were trying to partner with a nonprofit that had the same mission as Sunnyview, and we found the perfect match.
Good.
And it's called Front Porch.
Front Porch.
Front Porch is a not-for-profit organization that has 12 communities, and it's a consortium of Methodist communities, Lutheran communities, and retired teachers. Their corporate office is in Glendale, California, and Sunnyview is the only Northern California community.
All right, great. And so your campus, Sunnyview, is located, I think, in the most perfect area because, there's some communities that are too far out in the middle of nowhere. There's some communities that are right in downtown. This community has a really good location in the fact that it's rural and neighborhood-ish, but it's very close to services as well.
Sure.
And so, what you have around here, you've got De Anza College and the Flint Center there. We've got, location-wise, access to Stevens Creek, 280, 85. We've got Foothill Expressway. Then we've got Rancho San Antonio there, so you can go on nature hikes, or you can just go out there and just relax a little bit. We also have the new Apple campus coming into Cupertino, which makes Cupertino a very desirable area to be in. And then they've got this new Main Street Cupertino down there. near where they're putting in the new Valco, because they have some really big expansion plans for Valco. And so then you've got Whole Foods, you've got Quinlan Community Center, you've got the Cupertino Recreation Center. Anything else you can think of that's around here?
You've got beautiful wineries right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple of golf courses.
Oh yeah, Blackberry
Farm and Deep Cliff.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
But what's important are the schools. You've got a wonderful educational school system,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very popular, and you're only about 10 minutes from Stanford University and 10 minutes from Santa Clara University.
Exactly.
And you've got all these performing arts and even museums.
Right.
So those are very desirable places to visit.
Yeah, and you've got transportation to all of those places,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Do you have buses or trams or?
We have 4 vans
Okay.
and 2 cars,
Uh-huh.
so all of our residents will be taken wherever they need to go.
Great. So the grounds around Sunnyview, it's very spread out, very flat, which is good. Tell us about the grounds and the area outside of the buildings.
Sure. We're located in a residential community, so it's quiet. You don't hear the busy streets from the noise of any cars.
Mm-hmm.
The other positive attribute for Sunnyview is that you have a lot of paths and gardens, and you have a lot of quiet spots
I
and
know.
areas where people can sit, relax, they can have some iced tea, they can play games, they can sit with their friends and
Mhm.
families and talk. They can even have a couple of barbecues, because we have beautiful barbecue areas
Oh,
where
neat.
they can celebrate birthdays or baptisms or anniversaries,
Mhm.
or just celebrate life.
Right.
And we also have a lot of walking paths,
I know.
and we have a lot of
Trees. Oh,
foliage and water features, so it's a very pleasant area to experience, and mountain views as well.
right. Great. Yep. And so the community itself, amenities, fitness, meals, services. Tell us about when you come to Sunnyview, what's included and what should you be looking forward to?
Sure. 3 meals a day is very important for a senior,
Yeah.
especially when they don't have to decide what they're going to cook.
Right.
So they are all included.
No?
Optional services such as daily housekeeping, but once a week we do housekeeping for you,
Oh, great.
and we do your personal sheets and your towels, and we make your bed so you don't have to make your bed anymore. If you need medication management, that's an additional service, but we also have memory care,
Okay.
and we have a new program called Summer House with some new technology.
What's the technology?
The technology is called It's Never Too Late, which is like a giant iPad.
Oh.
And it was so popular in our memory care that our foundation, the residents, donated money for the independent living to use, as well as the skilled nursing.
Okay.
So everybody has this new technology, which is just top of line, and it's a
Neat.
game changer.
Yeah. Okay. And then what about activities and the calendar of events and things that are happening?
We have everyday activities. So many people have said to me, I have to go to this activity and I'm just so tired. There's too many activities to choose from. We have musical programs, we have art programs, we have wellness and exercise programs, we
Okay.
have Tai Chi, we have games, we have bridge classes,
My
we have
gosh.
backgammon classes, we also have puzzles, and we have design courses, as well as library and book club,
Yeah.
writers club, poetry club.
My gosh, it keeps you young.
It does, and busy, and busy.
You know, because I always say inactivity is the real problem. Where people say, well, I can stay in my home. It doesn't cost a lot to stay here. I'm happy here, and I know everything. And I think to myself, and I tell them, yeah, but you don't know what you're missing out on. There's so much fun and so much going on. There's social interaction. You're not isolated. You're keeping your brain healthy, and everything is here, and you can stay here for the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah, and I know you have some rehabilitation center. You were showing me that contraption that the person actually gets in. Tell me
Right.
about that.
That's called the Ultra G treadmill.
Mhm.
And what it is, it was designed by NASA when the astronauts were in space and they were coming back into gravity. What this does is helps the spine, it helps to rehabilitate a person who has had knee replacement, hip replacement, and it's a faster recovery for rehabilitation. Usually recovery after rehabilitation and surgery is usually 6 weeks. You can accelerate this to 4 weeks.
Okay.
And it's a chamber of air that you strap in, and it fills up, and you literally are floating. One of the residents says, I feel like I'm floating on the moon, and she loves it, and she participates every week just to strengthen her back and her spine.
Beautiful, beautiful. What would you say, if you had to kind of narrow it down, a little bit of a differentiation between Sunnyview and your typical CCRC out there?
I think one of the main components is our spiritual entity,
Okay.
where we service the body, the mind, and the spirit of the individual. And we take that component and develop the individual's needs and necessities so they're able to thrive.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so you were saying we've got independent care, we've got assisted living, we've got skilled nursing, we've got memory care. Tell us about the units, starting with an independent living. Tell us about one of those units.
Sure. We have a 2-bedroom villa that we call, and it's outside the main building of the manor at Sunnyview.
Okay.
They have their own garage. They also have walking paths. They have a full kitchen if they want to cook, but they don't have to cook.
Right.
They have a beautiful vista view, and they have a little garden area. It's all air conditioned, and it's all remodeled when the new admission comes in.
Okay. And then now, if I was in independent care and I needed assisted living, would I move to a different unit, or would I just be having assisted living services in my independent care unit?
What's so unique about Sunnyview is that in many areas of being independent, you do not have to move.
Oh.
Whereas many other facilities, you have to move if you need more services.
Okay.
So that's the unique reason why many folks like Sunnyview, because they can stay in place and receive services.
And not have to keep moving your unit every time something
Right.
happens.
Right.
And now, those are the villas over there,
Yes.
the one-story sort of patio home, it almost feels like.
Correct.
Then I've seen other 2-story units, larger units. What are those over on the left?
They were additional rooms that were built in 1999, and it just connected to another 2 wings of the original footprint of Sunnyview.
Okay.
And that would be an assisted living.
Okay.
But we don't call it assisted living anymore. We call it Truly Yours. So
Okay.
residents who are independent receive services that are customized for their needs.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And now, is Sunnyview a buy-in, or is it a month-to-month, or is it a combination of the two? How does that work?
That makes us unique.
Okay.
We started out 50 years ago as a continuing care with an entrance fee and a small monthly fee.
Okay.
We now offer month-to-month, so you have choices.
Very unique.
Whereas other communities that are continuing care require an entrance fee.
Okay. Now, do you still take an entrance fee?
We do.
And what would the difference be if I paid an entrance fee or if I just went month to month? What's the difference there?
There's a main difference.
Okay.
The entrance fee allows you to go through all levels of care, including skilled nursing for long-term care.
Okay.
You have priority. You have a lower monthly maintenance fee, but you also have the long-term care guarantee.
Guarantee. You can never be
Asked to
kicked
leave.
out. Okay.
Right.
Beautiful.
Whereas the month-to-month, you can convert from month-to-month within a year window, and this gives you the choice to see if you really like Sunnyview, rather than putting and pooling all of your entrance fee money into a continuing care, and you may not like it,
Right.
but then you can decide within a year if you like to stay or
I'll bet you not a lot of people go, do they?
no, they don't. No.
That's probably why you offer it, right? Once they
That's
come
right.
here, they realize, wow, why would I want to go anywhere else?
That's right.
And so, what is the deposit fee, or what? How does the deposit work?
It's a very
Waiting list?
minimum. It's a very minimum deposit.
Okay.
It's $300 for an application with the processing fee for a single individual. Then for a couple, it's for $515.
Okay.
Now, that's not refundable, but you go through the process of getting your doctor's report and having an interview, and then whether or not you have financial obligations, then we can decide whether or not you are accepted.
Right.
After that interview, you would be on our wait list, which is a unique wait list fee. It's refundable.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1,000.
Okay.
If you decide not to come to Sunnyview, it's returned to you. If you decide to come to Sunnyview, that $1,000 is applied to the first month rent.
Got it. Okay. And are there pets welcome?
Oh, we love pets.
You love pets?
Yes.
Is there any requirement, or not too big, not too...
Usually 25-pound maximum.
Okay.
One dog,
Uh-huh.
2 cats.
And the dog has to go through an interviewing process
Yes,
also?
they do. And also the veterinarian, and they have to have their rabies, and they're licensed as well.
Gotcha. So what would you say would be a call to action for somebody who they're thinking, gosh, should I go to Los Gatos? Should I go to Saratoga? Should I go to Cupertino? You know, what should they do to help them decide?
Sure.
What would they do next?
The first thing to do is to find out what your needs are.
Mm-hmm.
If you need more care, that's the number one.
Okay.
Number two, where do you want to live? That's really important. Do you want to live in the Bay Area because you're from the Bay Area, or do you want to move out of the Bay Area?
Mm-hmm.
And number three, check out every community that you think that you want to be living in.
Yeah.
Check out the food. And some even offer overnight stays to see if you want to stay there.
Well, that's nice.
Unfortunately, we're full, so we can't offer you a
It's
guest
a good
room.
problem.
It's a good problem.
Right.
But
So they can come for lunch or
they
dinner
can
or
come
something?
for lunch, they can come for activities.
Oh, neat.
And we'll give them a calendar of activities, and we have this one gentleman that can't make up his mind, but he loves the ice cream social.
Right.
So he comes every Monday for the ice cream social.
Yeah.
And finally, last week, he made up his mind, so he applied.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Is there anything else I may have forgotten to ask you? I mean, I just love it here. My blood pressure drops. It's very calming here.
It's very quiet.
Quiet. It's just beautiful grounds. Everybody seems so happy when you're walking through the place. Everyone's talking to everybody. It smells wonderful. Just
Many residents, when you do sit with them for lunch, you're not going to sit with me. You're going to sit with them.
Good.
And they're the ones that sell Sunny.
Right, right. And so I always like to ask the people I talk to, if your parents were deciding or trying to decide where to go, and you didn't work here,
Yes.
and you knew about Sunnyview and you knew about the other communities, and you'd say, Mom, Dad, here's why I think you should move to Sunnyview. Is there
Yes.
something that in your gut that you would tell them?
There is. It's got a secret sauce, and I think it has to do with the staff as well as the residents and their attitude.
Okay, it's beautiful. All right, well, thanks for educating us and showing us around. I hope you guys learned a lot, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, requests, you can always get a hold of Judy. She doesn't bite. She has no expectations. There's no strings attached. You can come down and talk to her. Come and visit a couple of times, because maybe one time just doesn't get it. You got to feel the vibe of this place. You just got to seeing is believing, and once you come here, you'll see what we're talking about. So thanks for your time today, Judy, and
thanks.
thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.